This is Twisted Granny Tarot. Thanks for coming tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're having fun tonight, as usual. In case y'all want to know, I've been reading cards publicly since 1990. So some people think I'm okay. In the meantime, I'm also the lady who does the horoscope pattern for a tarot reading because we get a lot more information. This horoscope pattern has the opportunity to bring you 12 houses of inspiration, 12 houses of information that in a regular reading only gets you one. And I don't have to worry about timing because timing doesn't happen in 30-day increments. You know, the planetary movements are wherever in the world they are. And deadlines are deadlines wherever in the world they are. And they can be extended by complete accident. But anyway, here we go. Now, in the meantime, this calendar is written by or published by a man I know. He's called Link. And he researches all the details that are in this calendar about mythological characters and people from ancient societies. Okay? So what we have here is, I love this one. All right, on September the 17th in 1964, ready? Bewitched, the first TV show about witchcraft, debuts on ABC, and it's an instant hit. And 22 Emmy nominations. I don't know whether that's the first year, the last year, or all together. I don't know. But there it is. Who didn't love that show? It was like Mary Tyler Moore with a twist, you know? Anyway, and then also on the 17th, The Secret Rites of Demeter, Demeter, who was the mother of Persephone. And Persephone was kidnapped by the god of the underworld. And Demeter had to bargain with him to get her back. So the agreement is that Demeter would allow him to keep Persephone through the 6 dark months of the year, but when the spring came, she had to come back to Earth because she was responsible for being the goddess of the flora and the fauna, and you know, flowers growing, plants growing, seeds growing, pumpkins growing, potatoes growing. Of course, they didn't have them in Europe back then, did they? All right. Well, anyway, it's a pretty good, famous goddess. I guess I'll put it that way. Okay, so now what we have here, the deck's been blessed and shuffled and cut. So here we go. According to this horoscope pattern, the first house says here, if it is a horoscope, it's about self-appearance, but no. I don't know what you look like. So the first house is really about what you're thinking when it happens on a tarot. Okay, so now we have somebody marching in. Now he's the Knight of Wands. Wands governs business, but it also governs like real fast-paced activities and building things, making things, inspirational kinds of things. So, but he's a face card. So in order to figure out what he's telling you, oh my goodness, I get what I pick up what's called a modifier, because he needs to tell me what he wants or what he's doing here, and he's about to tell you, you got lots of good luck coming up, and you're in a good luck cycle right now. It's Libra. So use it wisely, okay? If you're happy and you're content, be glad for it and stay that way. Okay, second house is your own money. Well, how you deal with your money. And according to this person, according to this card, this person is happy with his ability to be responsible. Because look, he looks like he's proud of himself. He's marching back home and he's happy to do it, and he's taking care of his responsibilities. Okay? If it's a girl, it's the same thing. The ladies are taking care of their responsibilities. The third house has to do with communication. So, of course, Libra would have beneficial and diplomatic cards in the third house of communication, but Librans try very hard to say the right thing at the right time. And that takes a few moments to put together, because people who blurt the first words that come out of their mouth can get into trouble. So, but you're good about being good to other people in that regard because you don't want to hurt their feelings and you want to keep them on a happy and not give them any extra thing to worry about. Okay, fourth house is your home. Wow. According to this, you are married or you want to get married. That's number one and number two. Or number three, you live with somebody and it's like a marriage. Good for you. I hope you stay. If you're happy, I hope you stay happy. If you're not happy, I hope you find a way to be happy. This is looking good though, kids. Fifth house is romance and creativity. Wow. Next to the fourth house of home, whereas this is a marriage card, this is a happy couple card, is the happy card. Very, very important card in the deck. It's number 19, it's the sun, and y'all are doing well together at this point in time. Okay? Do you have to go outside? Do you want to go out? Do you? Okay. Okay, sixth house is work and health. And look at here, what? This is the card of a person who has at her heart the highest good of all concerned. So it might mean that you yourself might have to be sacrificed in some little bitty way in order for the higher good to occur. Now, lots of people have to do that, especially people who have to take care of other people and mothers and grandmothers. And you have to be what they need at the moment. So, well, we got 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards already. So if we're talking about work and health, okay, so you go about your work with the highest good of all concerned. That's how you try to start your day every day. Now, it may disintegrate as the day goes on. However, you're still a shining example because a person who feels this way can help people learn by watching how they do things. Because the first thing is good teachers are a good example, and they teach by example. They don't teach by, they don't do. They have more. They realize they'll have more success if they set a good example, and the class follows suit, rather than they carry a big stick and are not a very pleasant person. Okay, so you're a good example of whatever it is you do at work, and if you feel like you need a promotion, I'm not sure you'd be most effective. They want to keep you where you're most effective, and you're most effective at being a good example. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seventh house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. So we have a woman here whose business brains are quite sharp. Okay, we got a page of rods. Rods is all about business, and the page is a messenger. What's he messaging us? Look at him, mama. The Lovers. So not only do you have in your fourth house of home this couple right here, and you have the good luck card right smack dab on your first house, you get the Lovers card in your seventh house of marriage partnerships and business partnerships. So, are you dating somebody at work? Number 2, are you in your own business and you sleep with your partner because you're married? And or did you meet him at work? Lots of people meet at work, or him or her. Did you meet him or her at work? So this has to do with the supreme intellect. This has to do with using that intellect to help bring success to other people. And this is your marriage partnership and your business partnership. It doesn't necessarily mean you're sleeping with the boss, but it does mean that you're a good partnership. So be careful if it crosses the platonic barrier. Okay, be careful. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eighth house is money from other people. Money from other people is income tax checks. Well, income tax checks, inheritance checks, lawsuit checks, and insurance checks. Just in general, those categories. It's also death and joint finances and taxes, and also sex for procreation, like births, deaths, all that kind of thing. So are you all? No, this is all about thoughts. So are you all in the middle of trying to settle, not settle, but divide up your current um, business success funds by separating them into categories and maybe even assigning names of family members or friends that you want to leave money to after you passed? This is all about kind of new thought. If you haven't had those kinds of thoughts before, I won't be surprised, because you might feel like it's too early to think about that. Well, you don't really have to think about it as much as you have to have a couple ideas, write them down somewhere, put them in a file, so that you'll already have a start when you all get ready to get serious about how you're going to share or donate your successful business funds. Okay? All right. Now that's 8. This is ninth house. Oh, baby girl. This is ninth house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. So if you've got philosophy, now I think we might pick up philosophy in general as because our parents may have a philosophy of life. Our grandparents will have a different philosophy. Your boss has a different philosophy from that one. And so developing your own philosophy is kind of not exact. Well, if you want to go to college and get a degree in philosophy, you can, but nobody mentioned a word about philosophy to me in school. Okay, that's number one. Number two, religion. Now, there are various types of religions in the world, right? And some of them are, well, in America, we're only allowed to know that Christian, Jew, and Muslim exist. We don't know anything about any other, and it's designed that way. So there are other religions in the world. And you may particularly have a curiosity about that, because what happened before Christianity got invented? You might want to know that. You can research that. You might want to visit various tribes. Oh, gosh, you might want to go to New Orleans and see what voodoo people do. Or you might want to go to Cuba, if you can, or Puerto Rico and find out about Santeria. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just saying there's one that we have sort of access to because of immigration has imported that. But don't get excited. They do it in their own houses and privately. Nobody ever invited me to watch a voodoo ceremony. Okay, so it'll be all right. Now, but look at what happened here. Then there's long distance travel. Honey bunch. See what these are? You may feel like the opportunities for that are over and done with, because now you got too many responsibilities. Because what this card is 5 cups, 3 of them are turned over. 2 of them are still left. But what this person is doing right now he says, I can't go to Europe. I can't go to a Mayan village to see the pyramid. I can't go to Cairo and see the other pyramid, the Egyptian pyramids. So guess what? Guess what God gives you? What you talk about. Thoughts are things. I can't go. I can't go. I can't go. So you need to tell yourself, I can. I can. I can, and I can, and I can, and I can, and I can. And that will bring those experiences towards you rather than pushing them away. Now, that might take some practice. Nobody's asking me what you should do about it, but I'm going to make a suggestion. Go to Amazon and order The Secret audiobook, because that will reprogram your tape up here so that you can get more of what you want. I promise, cross my heart, hope to die, it works. Okay? So if you really want to travel or you want to make a space for it a little bit later in your life, get it ready. Get it ready. That's what you're preparing for it. Okay, that's 9. 10th house is career. Okay, we got a page. Oh my God, then we got a knight. And then we have, are you fixing to quit your job? Are you fixing to quit your job? Even though you're wildly successful, what this is Page of Pentacles. He's bringing a message, and the message might have to do with money because Pentacles equals coins and money. Okay? The next card I picked out was this, the Knight of Cups. So this particular fella, if it were actually a man, it would be a fella who's kind of a pushover and is very pleasant. And he may not be very ambitious, but he's personable and friendly and has a lot of good qualities that make him popular. If it's a him, depending on who's on the other side of the table. If you're a woman out there, it would be a him. If you're a man out there, this becomes the Princess of Cups. Okay, now look at what we got here. Somebody who's about to take a step off into the unknown. Because in the original art, this person is out for a walk, and if you could see his feet are about to step off the cliff. So, and this is in your career. And this is opposite this one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So are you fixing to... And okay, this also could be the fact that you might be considering doing remote work. But it's a new field for you, a new way to earn money. And if you feel like being in the office, you know what? There's a certain amount of good vibes people get from the office because he can see you and he knows what you're doing. However, many people, thank God, have found out how much happier they are when they work from home. So if this is your career and there's a big change happening, it could be that. It could be a transfer. It could be a lateral move to a different department. Or it could be a completely different job at a completely different place. So, because this is a card of the major arcana, it is a destiny card. So there's something pretty heavy or important revolving around your career. And if they're offering you a bonus or a promotion or something like that, and you want it, great. If you don't want it, maybe you just go find another job. Okay? 11th house. Oh, geez. Okay. 11th house is long-term plans and friends from previous employers. Are you ready? Look at this card. It's a card that, well, obviously she's trapped, isn't she? She certainly feels trapped. First of all, she's all tied up with a rope. Somebody put a blindfold on her and covered her mouth so she can't see. We're hoping she can breathe. And she's surrounded by swords. Oh, and right behind her is a castle. Now, so she's trapped. So what I'm going to say to you, if this is about previous employers, when you left some of your previous employers, you slammed the door on those places and you don't ever talk to any of those people again. Because you're like, I'm not doing that ever again. You're not going to get yourself trapped ever again. You're not going to hang around people that when you know it's time to skedaddle. Now, 12th house is what you think about when you go to sleep at night. Oh, look at here. What do we got here? What do we got here is what you most love and what you most hate. So, and it's what you think about when you go to sleep at night. So you could torture yourself with bad memories. You could if you wanted to. Or you could, oh, now what do people most love and what do people most hate? They most love their drug of choice or their alcohol of choice. So if you can't sleep from the thoughts in your head, you might go have a drink and then you find out, well, that's the cure. It's not the cure, but it can be a Band-Aid for a while. So what I'm suggesting is that you be careful with how you talk to yourself when you go to bed, because it can lead to diagnosing situations at work incorrectly. Because when you're at home alone by yourself, lots of twisted thoughts can come out of there. So just be aware that when you go to sleep, try to go to sleep happy. You want to hear something that's very easy, and you're going to think this is so silly because I'm even bringing it up. Count your blessings. If you're upset over what happened at work that day, don't hash over. She did that to me. He did that to me. That was a crummy thing. You think, my vacation's coming up. I got gas in the car. I got groceries in the house. My kids aren't in trouble, or they're not in jail. Stuff like that. So count your blessings, because what that does is the people on the other side hear what you think is a blessing and they'll give you more. I promise they will give you more. I promise. Now, this middle card, oh my goodness, listen, you have incredible stamina, and you have the incredible ability to withstand, insults and hard feelings. And I don't think you suffer a bully very well. I think that you will stand right up to him as close as you can. Okay? So, congratulations. This is a really good reading for all y'all. What are we on here? All y'all Libras, right? All y'all Libras. So, congratulations. I'm glad to see things are working out for you, because last year was pretty bad, huh? Love you. Mean it. Take care of yourself. Come back again. Let's do this again sometime, okay? Bye. See you next time.